Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Cozy Spellboard, where we're gonna try to make every game a little cozier and a little bit more magical. So this video is gonna be the monthly wrap-up for March of the games that I played the most, some new games that I tried, games that I liked, games that I didn't like that much, and it's another episode of Meeples and Teas. And actually, I've been thinking, I've been using this format, like the Meeples and Teas, just for these, these monthly wrap-ups. So, because when I created it, I thought about making it for new games that I've been trying, but actually, since I've been uploading just one video a week, it doesn't really make sense. So I think it was teas because teas, new things coming out, like spill the tea. But yeah, I don't know. So if you got any ideas, feel free to comment down below and let me know what this format could become, because I feel like it's kind of sitting there just waiting for these monthly wrap-ups and actually not being anything. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but yeah. So let me know. Now let's start with some stats. So actually this month I added some new stats that I thought it was fun to dive into, to explore. But for the usual, this month I played 50 games. Then I played 23 different games, and 8 of those games were new to me. I didn't discover a lot of new games, but yeah, mostly on BGA, but sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. So 8 new games out of 23 games that I played. Now for the fun stats, they're not that fun. I'm just, yeah. But there's the stats for plays that you played on BGA and plays that you play with your own copy and with different copies. I'm just gonna say BGA and in real life, physical copies. And usually I play a little bit more on BGA, but this month was actually 49% of the games that I played were on BGA, and 51 of the games that I played a physical copy of. And that's actually usually it's the other way around. It's still always pretty equal, but usually a little bit more on BGA, just easier. So yeah, so this month was pretty surprising for that. And if you see me looking down, it's just because I have everything written down. I could have used my phone actually, but yeah, I like to write things down. My most common player count was 2 players, and that's actually pretty common. I usually play 2 players. I live with my roommate, and we usually play games together, and it's very easy because since we live together, it's very easy to set up a game and play and just that. But my second most common player count was solo playing with 26%, and the first 4 was 40%. And a tied for the third most common player count was 3 and 5 players this month, which is crazy. Usually it's just 3. But I've been a lot with families of mine, of my roommate. I think at some point we had a game night, and we were 5. So this month was a pretty social month for board games, which usually is not like that. Now let's move on to my most played games. So let's do first BGA to get it out of the way, and I'm not gonna talk about the games like I did in the last video because I don't want it to be a very long video. But if you're interested, there are a lot of creators that might have talked about that game, so just check them out. If I remember, I will link them down below. Let's hope Ophelia remember. Okay, let's start with BGA. At my number 5, we have Lost Ruins of Arnak, and I've been really enjoying playing Lost Ruins of Arnak based game, turn-based, and is really the easiest way. I like the fact that I can really think it through when I play turn-based, and I leave the notes to myself, and it really takes off all of that pressure that usually I have while I'm playing Lost Realms of Arnak, because I don't want to get AP and like make all the players wait, but at the same time there's a lot of to think of, and I've been really liking playing Lost Realms of Arnak on BGA, mainly for this reason. My number 4 is still on my top 5, and it's Draft and Write Records. As usual, an amazing role, Draft and Write, of course. But it's just amazing, and still really liking that game. And I still didn't get my own copy because it's really hard to find here in Italy, but still in my top 5. Number 3, we have the Castles of Burgundy. It's mainly because of the same reason of the Lost Ruins of Arnak. It's just a very easy game to play, turn-based, and you got a lot of time to think, and it's just not a very easy game to get to the table. It's a lot. I love it so much, but it's hard to convince people to play that game. I don't know why. Because they love it. It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of space. So yeah. Number 2 for the BGA list of the most played games is Living Forest Duel. And I won't talk about that a lot because it's a new game that I tried this month. So we will get into that later. And now for my number 1 is probably not gonna come as a surprise for anyone because I've talked about this too much, and it's Fromage. And I don't even know what to say at this point. I've been really enjoying Fromage, both solo, both on BGA, both on like with a in real life copy. I just want to play one game after another, solo, multiplayer, everything. But now let's move on to the in real life list of games that I played this month. At number 5 we have a tie. We have Botanicus and Seven Wonders. Botanicus I've already talked about. I've also brought to the channel a solo mode that I homebrew, and I've been really enjoying it, and it's always a fun little tile placement, worker placement game, and I really like it. And a tie with that we have Seven Wonders normal. Usually might be Seven Wonders dual, but this time it's just Seven Wonders. Like I said before, I've been really hanging out with family and with friends that are not usually into the hobby or are into more lighter games. Seven Wonders, I like it as an introduction game. It's fun, keeps you entertained, has beautiful art, beautiful theme, and that's why it's number 5. Then at number 4 we have Root. I've been exploring Root lately, and I've been really enjoying that game. I don't know if I said this in another video, but I've never given a chance to Root because I thought it was like a boring war game just with cute meeples, and I've been so wrong, and I've been really liking it. And this month we played it a little bit, and that's why it's number 4. For number 3, and I'm laughing because I said like in a previous video that I have not played this game in a very long time, and for it to be 3rd this month, it's really funny. But it's Dixit, and again, as usual, same reason, we've been playing a lot in family. Dixit is like the easiest game to teach for people that don't like to play, but they have to play because all of the family wants to play and they're the only grumpy one. I'm talking about my dad here. Yeah, that's why it's my number 3. My number 2 most played game in real life, it's Welcome to New Las Vegas. I love all the Welcome Tos, and Welcome to New Las Vegas, it's a little bit more crunchy than Welcome to Your Perfect Home, even with all the expansions, and I enjoy it a little bit more. And I finally got like the solo mode like to beat like the AI for Welcome to Your Perfect Home, but I still enjoy a little bit more Welcome to New Las Vegas, and I've been playing that a lot solo this month. I was actually surprised. I did not realize how many times I played it, because it was not like a lot of days that I played this game, but was more in one day I played multiple games of Welcome to New Las Vegas, because really this game is like you finish one game and you want to do immediately another one. So that is why it's my number 2. And now for my number 1 most played game in real life, we have Fromage again. Also this one I played a lot, both more solo, but a lot multiplayer, and people have been liking it, and I'm happy because that means that I can play it more times, and I'm happy about that. Okay, now let's move on to the new games that I've tried this month. And I want to start with a little bit of a theme, because we're gonna start with 2 players games. And the first one is Living Forest Duel. I first played this on BGA. I really liked it, and my roommate really likes Living Forest. It's one of her favorite games. On the other side, I'm not a huge fan. I like it for a lot of reasons. Gameplay-wise, it's not one of my favorites, and I'm also very bad at it. But in the dual version, you keep the dynamic of push your luck where you're flipping the cards, and if you get 3 solitaire animals, you will have just one action, and the actions that you can take are there are some similar, like planting a tree and putting out fire and acquiring new cards, like buying cards. The different one, I think the only one, it's instead of moving your pawn onto the like circle of life, I don't know what the circle was called, you are actually moving Onibi to the other player's side, and it's like a tug of war. It kind of reminded me of Seven Wonders Duel, which is a mechanic that I really like. But the fun part, and the reason that I liked it a little bit better, it's that you are no longer flipping the cards for yourself, but you are flipping a common deck of cards, and in your turn you can decide if you want to flip a new card or take an action. And of course, the more cards are out, the more powerful the action will be. But at the same time, if you flip a card, you're just giving the other player a possibility to take a stronger action. So I really liked this dynamic of choosing either you want to take the action first, but a little bit less powerful, or you want to wait to have a stronger action to take, but risk that your opponent is gonna take it first. And I really enjoy that. The ways of winning are the same as in Living Forest. You have to put out 8 fires, like collect 8 fires token. You will have to, instead of planting 12 trees, you will have to create a grid of 3x3 trees. And I think the last one is to make Onibi go to the other player's side 2 times in a row. And also the Onibi track, as the Circle of Life track that you moved on, has bonus actions as well. And I enjoyed it better than Living Forest, and I played it, I convinced my roommate. I've talked about this a lot, and then she finally got it. So we've been playing it a little bit together, not that much yet, because she still prefers Living Forest, but I really liked it, and I'm really happy. And it's a fun card game. You will need a little bit more space than you might think, but if you want to try it is on BGA right now, so yeah. Then another 2 players game that I tried is Azul Duel. I don't really know what to say about this game because I liked it, but I would say that I liked it because I like Azul already. and I don't think a 2 players version was really necessary. Basically, the 2 players just have to decorate the ceilings of the palace, and the one that gets most points is gonna win. And there are some changes from Azul. You have to place like tiles, and the tiles have like different colors, so the tokens that you can place on that row depends on the tiles that you place on your grid. There are the bonus tokens that are like half and half, so you can if your row is not complete and you have 2 halves of that color, you can complete that row and place your token there. The other fun thing is that the plates in the center are divided into sections, the moon and the sun, and you can decide either to take from the moon side, and if you take from that moon side, you will take from all the moon sides that are in the center of the table, and if you take from the sun, it's just usual Azul. The first one to take from the center, from the moon side, is gonna take the first player token. That will give you less points. Everything is pretty much the same. You have to, in one of your turns, take a tile that you're gonna place on your grid and take a bonus token, and the bonus token are at the end of the piles of the moon sides of the different plates. And it's a fun game because Azul works and it's fun, and I love tile placement. But if you already own Azul, I would not recommend it. I do like the art, the graphics, the production of Azul a little bit better. I've just played it on BGA, so I don't know actually the quality of the tokens and the cardboards, like the tower. I know that someone said that it's very flimsy, and also the player mats are a little bit flimsy, but I have not tried that game in real life, so I don't know. Like, I have not tried a copy, like a physical copy of Azul Duel, so I cannot speak to that, but I like a little bit more of the aesthetic of Azul Duel. I like the moon, I like the sun. So if you don't own Azul and you like tile placement and you played mainly 2 players games, or exclusively 2 players game, I do recommend that game for you because Azul really works and it's fun. But if you already own that, I wouldn't go for that. I probably will purchase it someday, not right now, because I don't own the Azul base. So that's one reason that I might get it, because I mainly play 2 players games, as stated before. But yeah, and it's also a little bit smaller, so it's a little bit easier to bring out around, and that's another reason why you might go for this one. And that was Azul Duel. Now for the last 2 players game, we have Splendor Duel. I am very late to the party, I know, but Splendor in general was never a game that I was very drawn to. I don't like the look of it. I know that I've tried Splendor one time, I think with a wrong group of people, and I don't really enjoyed it. It was we were in a very loud place, everyone was talking, and I like a cozy gaming night, not a loud gaming night. So I think I didn't have fun playing that, and that might have influenced my decision to never try Splendor Duel and to never play Splendor again. Finally, a friend of mine convinced me to play it, and we were on a train and we were playing on BGA by each other, and he said, "You've never tried Splendor Duel, you're gonna like it." And I did like it. I think I am actually late to the party, so that might have come into play with that, because I've tried a lot of different games, and this was when it was released in 2022, and I think if I tried it in 2022, I might have liked it a little bit better. But I did enjoy it, and I think if people have it and they want to do a game night and they want to bring out Splendor Duel, now I will say yes. But basically, just a Splendor Duel, you're collecting gems, and by collecting gems, you can later achieve cards that will give you more resources, gems, and they will give you points, and they will give you instant powers and crowns. Basically, the first player to reach 10 was 10, I don't remember, I hope so, to reach 10 prestige points wins, or the first one to collect a certain amount of crowns that I don't remember how many, but yeah. So it's like a race, it's a open draft game, set collection. So yeah, it's a fun game. I don't very like the look of it, and that's why probably it's gonna not enter my collection, but as I said, I will not protest if this game is brought to game night, okay? So that was Splendor Duel. And now for the last game that I want to talk about, out of the new games that I've tried, is Potions of Azerland, and I definitely left the best for last because I am obsessed. I found another perfect game, and I still do not own it. I've just tried it on BGA. I cannot wait. I'm just saving money right now, but as soon as I can, I will buy it, and it's gonna be amazing. Potions of Azerland is a resource management, a little bit of engine building, a little bit, with a simultaneous action selection, recipe fulfillment, and basically you're just brewing potions, and you are a villager in this beautiful land of Azerland, and the illustrations are amazing. They're done by Andrew Bosley, and I'm very surprised that this game has not been really talked about, and I discovered it because they released it on BGA, and I was immediately really drawn to it, and I really liked it. I've just played it turn-based, I have to say, because I couldn't find any players to play it with, but there were a lot of open tables for turn-based, and I still have to try it like in real time how it plays, but I liked it a lot. And basically you are at the beginning of your round, you can decide if you want to drink a potion. Drinking a potion means activating that color potion action. You, with like the blue potion, you gain resources. With the other one, you gain apprentice that will make your action a little bit more powerful during the game. And then you do a simultaneous selection, action selection, where you give the different actions that you can take a priority, and based on that priority you will be able to take the action first and to take it a little bit stronger. So based on that you can decide, do I really care about being first on that action? For example, in the market, of course, the first one is going to be first and take more resources and different things, mainly resources are in the market. Or I don't really care, and everything that I have that is in the market, it's okay for me, so I'm okay going last. I really like it. The actions that you can take, as I said, are brewing potions, foraging, going to the market, studying, and studying means that you move your potions tokens into a truck, and you might arrive to a bonus action, like a bonus foraging action that you can take, or increase the the power of the potions that you are brewing and different things. So the other action is study, fulfill orders, and the game just lasts 6 rounds, and at the end of the game, the player that has the most prestige again wins the game. I liked it, and there is a solo mode that I am freaking excited. I cannot wait to own this game. I think it has a strong possibility of becoming my new obsession after Fromage. That I don't think will ever leave, but I think it will be a good there might be a good alternation between the two. So that was Potions of Azerland. I strongly recommend you to go and play it on BGA. It's a really fun game. Try it. I am obsessed. Those were all the new games that I've tried this month that I really wanted to talk to you about, and like all my stats. And I really like to keep track of all the games that I played, and it's really fun how things that used to be on the bottom of the least played games, somehow they reach the top in a month. So that's really fun. I hope you liked the video. If you got any recommendation for new games that I should try, especially if they are on BGA, because I always like to try them first before I buy them, feel free to leave a comment down below. I always like to find new games to fall in love with. That's it for this video. Remember to always stay cozy and magical, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. What's that? Bye bye. I also tried Stock Exchange. It's on BGA if you want to give it a shot. I did not understand anything about that game, mainly because I didn't play the tutorial first and I just jumped into a game and I really didn't understand anything, so I didn't like it. But I was just clicking things randomly. So if you played Stock Exchange and you think that I should actually really try it, let me know, because it was really traumatizing. It was like 4 a.m. and I wanted to play a new game, and I like flowers, so that's why I played Stock Exchange, and I didn't want to actually learn it. My stupid brain thought that I was smart enough to understand how the game played without actually playing it first, so actually learning it first. So but you want to know the fun thing? I've won. I've won playing that game. So yeah, should I play it again actually and actually learn the rules? Let me know.